Hi, I'm Felix Fry, the founder and creator of OptionsGeek.com. Every day I'm out there looking for great risk-reward trading ideas that I give to my OptionsGeek members. The number one question I'm asked is, where do I find or get my ideas? The answer always starts with data, and one of my go-to resources is Market Chameleon. I decided to build a series to show investors how to use Market Chameleon to develop options trading strategies. I named the series Market Chameleon Leveraging Data. This is part one, Edge in the Trading Process. And in this episode, I'm going to show you where the top 1% gain their trading edge and where Market Chameleon fits into that discussion. I'll then turn our focus to how you can start using Market Chameleon's data throughout your trading day with a few simple tools that help filter that data. Stick around. To set the stage, I want to show you where the top 1% of investors gain their advantage or find their edge in the trading process. We're talking about investors like these guys: George Soros, Steve Cohen, Carl Icahn, just to name a few. There are four areas where they find edge. The first is the trading idea itself. Among other things, the top 1% use fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and data analysis. But once they find that idea, they must decide on how they'll invest in that idea. To simplify it, they have to choose between investing in the stock or using options. Knowing how to choose between the two is the second place they have edge. Now, if they decide to choose options, then they need to figure out which option and strike to choose. That is the third area where they have edge. The last area where the top 1% have edge is in their trading plan. For you, failing at any of these four spots can be the difference between success at trading and failure. At OptionsGeek, we focus on all four areas. In this series, we'll focus only on finding and developing trading ideas. The first area, specifically by using data. Now, Market Chameleon offers an enormous amount of data. But data by itself is not so valuable. How the data is presented, filtered, and then analyzed is what ultimately makes data invaluable. Market Chameleon does a great job presenting and filtering the data. They created easy-to-use tools for both stock and options investors. These tools help find trading ideas associated with seasonality, events, earnings, price action, unusual options activity, and a whole lot more. Now here's a warning. There are infinite ways to look at data, so at first glance, the site may be overwhelming. But by focusing on one area at a time, and me giving you some pointers, you'll start thinking about unique ways that you want to see the data. The first two things I want you to do on Market Chameleon is 1, make a watch list, and 2, get comfortable with the morning, afternoon screeners. Let's start with the watch list. It's important to create these watch lists because the filters that Market Chameleon offers make it easy for you to screen from your watch list and get much more granular very quickly. Essentially, you'll get what you want when you want it in a matter of seconds. Now, to create these watch lists, it's easy. Once you log in, you can hover over My Stuff and click on My Watch List. I created a liquid stocks watch list because I like watching some of the biggest and most liquid names to get a feel for different sectors. For example, if JP Morgan is up a lot on news, then perhaps all the banking stocks will be up as well. Let's recreate one to show you. Simply click on the Create New button and type in a bunch of symbols. Press save, and there you go. You can add more symbols by just adding one here like this, Amgen. And you see it was added. You can have a number of different watch lists. For example, you could create a watch list with only financial stocks. So once you find that JP Morgan is up, then you can dig further into just finance stocks. Another example might be a watch list for names that you want to short, or names that you are involved with. It's up to you. Now, let's look at our first screeners. At the menu bar, you will see stocks. If you hover over that, you can see pre-market trading. Click that and it opens up to several screens. Each morning, I come right here and get a good idea of what is going on without even looking at the news yet. In the stock market, price has a tendency to tell you whether or not there is some news. I come right here, and the big pre-market movers are all laid out for me here, as you can see. Biggest gainers here, sorted by the percentage move. I like to get a sense of any big cap names that are moving, so I would click here and sort them by largest market cap. Same thing with the biggest losers in pre-market. Percentages, and click here for market capitalization. I jot down any names I'm curious about. Then underneath, I can also see any movers in my watch list. What I like here is this capital N for news. So I can hover over that and see a headline or two. I'll jot down those names on the same list and keep moving. The screen underneath this one has news or earnings movers for the whole market, so I will pay attention here as well. These four screens basically show strong and weak technicals from the previous day. Day traders might find these screeners more helpful. Either way, one or two stocks may catch your eye there. This page every morning should keep you busy with a few things you want to start with. There's a video up here going into more detail on what you might find here. Remember, the mornings are about absorbing as much information as possible in the shortest amount of time. With so much information out there, these screens filter down a lot of the action into a manageable approach. I like starting here as opposed to the news, because price action seemingly tells you what's important and you can then prioritize from there. You can do the same recap in the afternoon. The filters are all the same, just new data to summarize the day and to give you a few ideas for tomorrow. Now, in the next few videos, I'm going to walk you through the functionality of different parts of the Market Chameleon website. Once you get comfortable with the different areas, you'll be able to come up with your own trading ideas by combining different parts of Market Chameleon with some simple charts to make 1 + 1 = 3. I hope you're ready. We're jumping right into earnings on the next video. Please like this video and subscribe. You don't want to miss the rest of the series. And if you're interested in learning my process that's finding these winning options trades and producing these types of returns, then head over to OptionsGeek.com, where you'll find trade ideas, interviews I've done, ebooks, and a whole lot more. I'm sure you'll like what you see. Until next time.